From Dave Rogers Field in East Side Center in East Peoria, Illinois. Got more Sunday Morning League playoff action. Tonight, the Kohl's Diamond Gallery Royals take on the Poor Bros Jacks in a big semifinal matchup alongside Charlie Schumerhorn. I'm Gavin Russell, and Charlie, big game here for Kohl's. It's kind of win or go home scenario. Need to live to fight another day. Poor Bros doesn't not have to win this evening, but if they do win, guarantees themselves a spot in the championship series. Either way, a big side for both teams.
Yeah, I think one of the keys for both teams is pitching and defense. Poor Bros comes in hot on the bats. Defensive side, maybe looking to step it up a little bit. As for the Kohl's Diamond Gallery Royals, they're looking just to have a solid performance all around to guarantee a win for them and to move on.
Indeed, and these teams have already met here in the postseason. They played the first round of the PSML playoffs, which has a lot of moving parts in a double elimination tournament. So not every team, it's not you lose one game, you go home sort of thing. You do get a couple tries at it, which is a typical playoff setting. But the first matchup between these two teams, Poor Bros won 3-0. Now, one thing they do share in common, though, they were both able to knock off the one seed. The Firehouse Pizza Expos were eliminated last night by Kohl's. In fact, Poor Bros no-hit Firehouse just a couple of days ago, and then followed that up. Kohl's beat them last night to advance. So we'll get going here shortly. Beautiful night here at East Side Center. Thursday baseball here in August. Charlie, how about we get some lineups going for both sides? Run down the team hitting first, the visitors, and that'll be the Kohl's Diamond Gallery Royals.
Starting off for the Royals. Batting first, Cole Tanner. In the 2-hole, Mike Dunn. Batting third, and also catching Josh Hyder. In the cleanup spot, Travis Lutz. In the 5-hole, Clayton Welker. Batting sixth, Cole Rinkin. Batting seventh, Toby Turnquist. In the 8th spot, Logan Griggs. And batting last but not least, Broker Bailey.
All right, perfect. And how about on the defensive side of the things? Poor Bros will take the field first and be the home team.
Yeah, so pitching, we got number 16, John Day. Catching for Day is Jansen. Going left to right, playing third base is Noah Chase. Shortstop, Brady Broken. Sorry about that. In the second base, Ashton Hortzer. Sorry about that again. First base, Evan Pogge. And left to right in the outfield. Left field, Caleb Johnson. Center field, Trevor Goforth. And right field, Cam Simmelforth.
All right, thanks, Charlie. That's the lineups for this evening's game. We'll go the other way in the bottom of the first inning. But as you mentioned, John Day on the mound for the Poor Bros Jacks. John Day's pitched 22 1/3 this year for Poor Bros, holding a 2.51 earned run average. He has pitched against Kohl's earlier this season, gave up 3 earned runs in a 5-inning affair, and we're underway as Day tosses in a strike to start out the ballgame. Swing and a miss right there.
Tanner coming into the game, batting .314. Pretty solid average.
0-2 pitch in the dirt. Both these teams obviously can swing the bat pretty well, but definitely a pitcher's matchup. We'll get to Josh Caruso on the other side for Kohl's. Of course, one of the more well-known figures of the PSML these days. Day's 1-2. Lined into left field, and it's going to be a base hit, so a leadoff knock. Comes back down 0-2. Leadoff single, and Kohl's is in business here in the first.
It's like a breaking ball there from Day. Able to wait on it just enough to the liner right into the left field.
Nice patient piece of hitting right there. Dune steps in. Strike one there from Day. Mikey Dune, the center fielder. Waits on an 0-1 from Day. Outside. Going to try to control the running game. Tanner definitely a threat to steal over there at first base.
He's got a pretty decent lead.
1-1 outside. Day wanted a call on the outside right there, but it looks like he's just challenging batters. I mean, he's not really shying away. 1-2, Day.
There he goes.
He was taken off right there.
Wouldn't be surprised if we see a pickoff move for the next pitch.
Charlie putting a runner to scoring position, this early in a ball game. We were here Tuesday. We did see Tin Lizard get several men in scoring position, couldn't convert, but just having guys in scoring position is so big. Swing and a miss right there. Doom strikes out on a 2-2 breaking ball, so 1 away. Bringing up Hyder.
Hyder, native of Washington, Illinois. Attended ICC. Now I believe he's going to play baseball at SIUE, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed, Hyder, definitely one of the better players to come out of the area in recent years, and right on cue, there's that pickoff move you mentioned, Charlie. Hyder, though, can really swing the bat, hitting in the 3-hole for very good reason.
Gavin, if you're Josh Hyder right now, you're looking to elevate the ball. Hyder, with being a catcher, speed, not one of the attributes, but
doesn't need the speed when you can work on your home run trot. Likes to hit the ball a long way.
He's known to do that quite a bit.
Strike 1 from Day. Gets ready for an 0-1. Fires it in there. Fastball. Hyder fouls it off. 0-2 now. And Hyder, of course, coming off his heels of the ICC season, struggled a little bit with injury, so wasn't maybe 100% last year, but still one of the best hitters on that Cougars program. Definitely one of the more respected community college teams in the NJACAA out there. Runner goes. Throw over to second. It will not be anywhere close. But Hyder strikes out in the process. So 2 away, runner up to second.
Gavin, it looks like Day's looking the 1-2 combo there with the fastball, curveball. Looks like he's gone to that quite a bit. Looks like his fastball's got a little bit of two-seam trail on it. Nice big breaking ball. Quite effective.
Travis Lutz steps in. Limestone product, so Washington Limestone go back-to-back here in the top first for the Royals. And you mentioned kind of that 1-2 punch. The ability to have that difference, you're really going to keep hitters guessing at the plate if you're Day. Pitch is fouled back into the fence. 1-1 count.
On the Kohl's last play at the Firehouse Pizza Expos, Travis Lutz was in fact the player of the game, going 2 for 3 with 4 RBIs and a run scored. Quite an impressive stat line there. He's going to look to do that again.
Lutz is headed to Bradley University. Takes the ball down low. Lutz another one of those players to work his way through the community college ranks. Got to the JUCO level out of high school, but no doubt just kind of sharpening his skills a little bit. Now headed to play D1. 2-1 pitch from Day is called a strike. High outside edge. Got him with the breaking ball.
Backdoor breaking ball there.
And backdoor pitches, Charlie, I mean, probably one of the hardest things to read. You don't really know where that's going to drop, where that's going to land. 2-2 is outside, so runs it full.
Especially on lefties. It's harder to do when you're righty on righty because obviously that's not really a thing, but nice pitch there.
Full count. Man at second for the Royals. Day's recovered pretty well after the leadoff single by Mikey Doom. And it's low in the dirt. Lutz will take his base. 2 on, 2 out here in the top of the first. Thanks for joining us here on Clutch Sports Media. Charlie Schermerhorn, Gavin Russell for some PSML playoff action. Welker steps in, looking for an RBI. Lines one into left field. Will they send the runner? He's going to try to score. Dune, throw comes in. It'll be high. And to the backstop, the runners will advance. RBI single. Probably going to advance there on the throw. Welker drives him in, and again, early lead right there. Dale was looked to be in cruise control for a couple batters, but there you go, big 2-out hit.
Yeah, it's really important. That run means a lot for them right now to start ahead of Poor Bros Jacks. Also, I want to point out great base running there by Kohl Tanner, especially with 2 outs. You're looking to push your limits and get a run on the board.
Indeed. So now 2 in scoring position with 2 outs. Ball there from Day. Day's got to settle back in a little bit. Couple of knocks in this inning. Lines it over the first baseman, and he'll take it in for the final out. So Poor Bros escapes a little bit of trouble there in the top of the first. Coles goes up 1-0, and the Jacks will get a chance to bat. Let's get a nice shout out to our great sponsors at the Peoria Sunday Morning League, starting with Body Armor, the official sports drink of the PSML. Thank you to Body Armor support for everything this season, Sunday Morning League, and supporting the broadcast from CSM. Hopefully everybody's been able to enjoy the broadcast throughout the season. Also by Kohl's Diamond Gallery, the official sponsor of the Royals, located up in Galesburg. Appreciate Kohl's support, as well as Poor Bros Tap Room, located up in Peoria Heights. Definitely a great place to visit. And you can check out our many other great sponsors of the PSML on the website. If you're so inclined, Firehouse, Brienzo's, many others, Miller Lite. We're going to go to the bottom of the first now. Poor Bros and the Kohl's Diamond Gallery Royals going at it here in the semifinals. On the mound today, a man that many people would be familiar with. Doesn't need much of an introduction. Josh Caruso is the pitcher today for Kohl's Diamond Gallery. He's already got a lead to work with. In fact, this is his 4th meeting with Poor Bros this season. So a pitcher Poor Bros is very familiar with, a lineup that Caruso is very familiar with going the other direction. How about we get a lineup, though?
Yeah, leading off for the Poor Bros Jacks, Ashton Horcham. Batting second, Brady Brecklin. In the 3-hole, Evan Pagoli. Batting cleanup, Caleb Johnson. In the 5-hole, Justin Jansen. In the 6th spot, Zach Schulte. Batting 7th, Noah Chase. Batting 8th, Trevor Goforth. And batting last, but not least, Cam Simmelroth.
All right, perfect. That's how the Jacks line up. Caruso on the mound, and kind of taking a little deeper dive into some of those stats. Caruso, 44 innings pitched this year, 2.07 ERA. Really only got hit a couple times hard throughout this season. Kind of looking back, Firehouse Pizza was one of the teams to hit him around a little bit, gave up 4 earned runs. Poor Bros back on June 21st was able to score 4 against Caruso. But the shortest outing he's had all year is 5 innings, so he's pretty typically going 6 or 7 innings. Something to be said for the longevity of a pitcher is definitely a key thing. Ashton Horkham steps in, playing second base and leading off for Poor Bros. They'll try to bounce back after giving up an early run. Single from Welker gave the Royals the lead as Crucial fires in the first pitch strike. A 1 from Caruso is outside. Caruso's definitely been in a spot like this many times. playing several years here in the SML. Got to think that does him a little bit of an advantage.
As you look at all the veterans in this league, a lot of the older managers like to get playing a little bit. So veteranship definitely comes into play. Get a lot more experience in the league, a lot more knowledge.
2-1 from Caruso. Tries to hit the back door. Nobody's home. 3-1. Just like the Royals start off the game with a single. Poor Bros would like to get their leadoff man on as well. 3-1. Check swing. It's going to be a strike right down the middle. Caruso fires in a big fastball. Despite Caruso's longevity, I'm sure Poor Bros would like to run a pitch count, get him tired early. 3-2 is low and outside. Caruso maybe wanted a favorable call there, but nothing from the man in blue. So leadoff man is on. Brady Brecklin steps in for Poor Bros.
Brecklin batting a solid .271 on the year, 9 RBIs, .317 on base percentage.
He'll try to advance the runner if nothing else, or get on himself. Breaking ball right in there. Strike one from Caruso.
Gavin, this is an ideal situation for the Jacks here. First runner on. Gonna look to move him a lot. Brecklin, speedy. Not likely to ground into a double play. I wouldn't be surprised though if we get a look at a possible steal here.
Horkham definitely probably thinking about it.
He's got a decent lead over there.
Pretty
Not too
preserved
big.
though.
Yeah.
2 strikes, no balls. Caruso sets, looks, fires. Big play right there. Tries to pick him off over at first. They're going to get him on the double play. Probably not the double play you were thinking about, Charlie, but nevertheless works big for Caruso.
Yeah, and that first batter walk just goes straight out the door. Probably not really what you're looking for there, but still solid contact by Brecklin.
Off the bat from Brecklin, I thought that was maybe going to clear the shortstop's head, get into left center. It just kind of died right into his glove, made a little hop and a throw two-way quickly as Pajoli steps in, first baseman for Poor Bros. Pops it up. It's going to be out of play behind us.
Pajoli batting .319 on the year. Stepping in with 7 RBIs and 23 hits. Pekin native.
Few Pekin natives spread across the SML. Fouled away again. Onto the turf here at Eastside Center. Caruso ahead, 1-2. Fresh off a double play. Here's the pitch. Outside. Looked like a chase pitch, but I don't think it was a bad one per se.
No, not at all. One thing I'm noticing with Caruso is he's hiding the ball exceptionally well. If you look at his windup, you can't really see the ball until seconds before it releases from his hand.
Flies it into right field, right into the sun, making the catch. And Caruso and the Royals get out of it after a leadoff walk. Head to the top of the second. Score does not change as the Royals will try to add things on. Get a quick word for our great sponsors of the PSML this season, starting with Body Armor. Body Armor is the official sports drink of the Peoria Sunday Morning League and of our live broadcast here on Clutch Sports Media. Appreciate their support all season long. Gotta say, I like myself a good Body Armor. Also, Body Armor Water. One of the broadcasts we were on talked about Body Armor water, electrolyte water, so they do lots good in the drink category. Give them a try next time you see them at the store or gas station. Body Armor, and also Kohl's Diamond Gallery up in Galesburg. Great locally owned business for a number of years and a great sponsor of the PSML. And Poor Bros Tap Room up in the Heights. Nice area up there in the Heights, and they definitely one of the better establishments up there. A lot to check out among the PSML great sponsors. Sponsors the backbone of this league for over a century. Top of the second here at Eastside Center, 1-0. As Royals try to tack on some more. Turnquist steps in, batting left-handed. A few lefties in the lineup here for the Royals. Day outside again. Shook up a little in the first, Charlie. Day seemed to be cruising, gave up a leadoff single, got a couple of quick outs, looked in control, and then next thing you know, able to score a run on a Welker single.
Yeah, you know, Gavin, it's a long game. One run obviously isn't going to be the tiebreaker. Still got lots of innings to play. He's probably still fairly confident.
Indeed, and baseball's one of those games as he'll hurl in a 3-ball strike right there. But baseball's one of those games that things can just turn on a dime. Lock in here, fouled away on a 3-1. Turnquist had the green light. Turnquist coming into the game 292 on the year among 55 plate appearances and 48 at-bats. Only one extra base hit for him, though, is a double. Swings and misses right there. Day comes back down from 3-0 and strikes out Turnquist.
It's a big confidence booster for Day. You see him walking around the mound.
Bring up Logan Griggs.
Griggs batting .219 on the season. 9 hits, 6 RBIs.
Grounds it over, slow roller, Grass slowed it down, threw it to first. Got him just in time. What a play over there. 2 away now. Bailey steps in for his first at-bat.
Broker Bailey, not only a hitter, but also a little bit of a pitcher, a two-way player. Some might say a little bit of a Shohei Ohtani or a Babe Ruth.
We've compared that to a number of guys. A lot of guys go both ways here in the SML, but how about that play from Brady Brecklett? He's a little winded over there at short. That's not an easy play. The Grass definitely got a hold of that one, slowed it down. Brecklett made a nice play, and this one will be out of play from Bailey. Got to think Day's feeling pretty good. So far, a quick top of the second after, again, things got a little rough for him in the first frame. Got to tip your hat to the defense, though.
That's really one of the keys to the game for both teams is strong defense and
make those plays. 1-1 to Bailey. Another foul off. Bailey trying to just time it up a little bit here. Another pitch, chopped away, foul. We'll do 1-2 again.
Bailey's just doing everything he can to stay alive. Choked up a little bit on the bat, wider stance. Just looking to put something in play, Gavin.
That's what it's all about, you know, talk about defense has got to make a play, but you've got to make the defense make a play. You know, we've seen that in a number of SML games we broadcasted this season as the 1-2's outside, but even the last game we did between Tin Lizard and Miller Lite, there was a number of plays that could have cost Miller Lite, a couple of errors, a couple of miscues on defense. Ultimately it didn't, but defense is so big. Up high. No swing. It's a close one. I'd venture to say he held up.
If Bailey can get on, that'd be huge for the Royals, 'cause that brings up the top of the order.
Never know what can happen with 2 outs, Charlie, but it's 3-2 count. Day fires, and it's low. He indeed does walk Bailey. So we turn things back over to the top of the lineup. As Thomas steps in for the Royals. Rather, Tanner. Sorry. Looking lower in the lineup at Gavin Thompson. Got their names a bit jumbled. Rookie mistake. Day with 2 outs. Over to third. And they get him to finish things off. The 2-out walk means nothing. At the end of the day, top of the second is over. 1-0 Royals still in front. Charlie, nice job from Day to battle back. Had a pretty solid inning right there. Maybe didn't get the call that he wanted, but again, just nice job for him to settle in top of the second.
Yeah, that's really a great inning, and really, I've said it multiple times, but a real confidence booster. Gives the Jacks some momentum to go into the bottom of the second with enthusiasm to hit the tar out of the baseball.
I'd certainly like to do that. And speaking of which, how about our sponsors for tonight? Body Armor, official sports drink of the PSML and of Clutch Sports Media's broadcast of the Sunday Morning League this season. Appreciate all their support. Also by Kohl's Diamond Gallery, located in Galesburg, Illinois. Family and locally owned business for many, many years around Central Illinois, and the official sponsor of the Royals. And Poor Bros Tap Room, located up in the Heights. Make sure to check out all of our fine establishments supporting the Sunday Morning League this season. Talk about hitting the tar out of a baseball, Charlie. Oftentimes, you might want to use the weather, the natural effects to help you out. There's some good wind, some favorable conditions. But tonight, Charlie, I would venture to say there is next to no air movement right now. Looking at the big American flag just off right field at Corny Clatt Field. That flag is not moving a bit.
It's pretty stagnant out here. It's really, temperature-wise, it's hot, but it's not one of the worst games, I feel like, in temperature-wise.
No,
it's not like you can swim in the air.
Indeed, it's maybe a little hotter than I would ask for. It was quite a bit overcast earlier, which was much, much cooler, but you know what, we'll take it. Better than rainy days or poor air quality at that. Ready for baseball again. Bottom of the second, Caruso had a nice top of the first inning. Stepping in will be Johnson. Caleb Johnson takes a ball to start out the AB. Both these teams pretty similar during the regular season. High near the dome. Didn't even move out of the way, though.
Yeah, you wonder if it's a bit of an intimidation factor pitch by Caruso. Wouldn't be surprised if we see something on the outer half of the plate.
2-0 from Caruso. Half swing. Is it going to get down? It will get down. Probably not what Johnson was trying to do right there. But hey, baseball is baseball. Bloop single gets Poor Bros a runner to start out the bottom of the second.
Not really the swing that you're looking for, but it's just the perfect half swing to get it over the second baseman's head.
Definitely tell he really held up there, kind of hit it rather near shaft of the baseball. There's a fly ball, right field. Foul ball, very close. As Justin Jansen steps in, hits a loud foul ball out to right field. And that's one of those hits right there, Charlie. If the wind is blowing out to right center, I very easily think that's gone.
Oh yeah, for sure. Off the bat, I almost thought that was going to carry enough to possibly sneak out, but especially with the wind, it didn't really help out at all. But if there was wind, you're 100% right. Would have been 2-1 Jacks.
To no avail, though. Can't control the weather conditions. Caruso picks up a foul ball. 0-1 pitch here. Lines it over to third base. They're going to try to pick him off again. Safe. Back into first. Second time that's happened. As many innings to the Jacks. Saw him the top of the bottom of the first. Got picked off on a liner to Brady Brecklin. Got nabbed over at first. Just about happened again to Caleb Johnson. And Zach Schulte steps in. Easily one of the top hitters in the SML this season. A ridiculous stat line from Schulte. 59 plate appearances. So he's batting for .456 on the season, so nearly a hit in half of his at-bats. Pretty remarkable OPS over 1. Takes another ball right there. But for Schulte, again, gets on base a lot. Not much of a power threat, though. Not a leader on his team in RBIs. Though he does lead his team in doubles with 5. No big flies on the year.
Gavin, I will say, with all the PSML games that I've seen, the Poor Bros Jacks come in with the most amount of home runs that I've seen so far, at least. I believe it would be about 11 home runs. That's a lot, especially in a wooden bat league.
Indeed, and again, putting together a bit of a power squad as Schulte takes a strike, didn't particularly like. Brings up 2-1 though. Caruso fires, drives it into left center field. It's going to get down for a hit. Schulte picks up yet another base knock, his 27th hit of the season. And the Jacks are in business with 1 away. Brings up Noah Chase. Gotta think Noah Chase is looking to do some big things. Put his team on the board.
Chase, a Chillicothe native, batting .216 on the year.
Chase has got some good speed. 3 doubles and a triple this year for Noah Chase. So put the ball in play. He can do some good things. Strike on the outside edge.
It's always good to get ahead in the count.
Caruso's done that quite frequently over the first few batters he's faced. Was aided by a double play in the bottom of the first to really get out of that. Might need one right here too, in the dirt. Blocked by Hyder. Caruso trying to do some things with the breaking ball though. He's got obviously a little more of a pitch mix compared to Day, the pitcher for the Jacks tonight. Which both, again, pitch mixes aren't bad things as long as you can use them well. 1-1 from Caruso, swing and a miss.
We see that, and the Miller Lite Falcons longtime pitcher Clay McConkey, a big 12-6 curveball. Let's see, you notice a lot of the veteran pitchers, they got quite a few pitches in their repertoire they can use at any time they want.
Really makes them ever more dangerous. Caruso's 1-2, strike 3 called. I think Hyder may have thought there was 30 outs right there after the strikeout. Kind of leisurely tossed it back towards the mound. Caruso gives him a smile, though, after the strikeout. 2 away now. A big strikeout right there. Trevor Goforth steps in, and I believe Trevor, a Canton native. At least there's some Goforths down from that direction. Little Giant Country. Ball 1 from Caruso.
Goforth stepping in with a .210 batting average. Maybe while his average not where he wants it to be, his on-base percentage is .310, meaning 31% of the time he gets on base.
Goforth has struggled to strike out, but he lines one into left center field. It's going to get down for a hit, and the Jacks will score their first run. And runners at the corners as Trevor Goforth delivers. Got all of it right there and shot it into left center field. Big hit. 1-1 our score. Cam Simmelroth will try to keep the line moving as he steps in, batted in the 9-hole this evening. Runners at the corners. Ball one. Schulte over to third. And Goforth. The man just picked up an RBI. Stands at first base. Charlie, I wonder, maybe try to send Goforth down to second?
You know, Gavin, I was actually just kind of thinking that, but I was also, you called it.
There he goes, down to second. In there safely. Throw a little bit behind the runner. Now you got two in scoring position.
With 2 outs, Goforth really going to look to push his limits, even on just a single, even if it's like a bloop single. He's looking to score.
Definitely plenty of speed for Goforth. And again, as long as I'm not getting him confused with anyone else, a multi-sport athlete out of Canton, recent grad. Caruso's 2-0, a ball. Goforth's got plenty of speed up there in second. Schulte just 90 feet away at third. Caruso needing to get out of this jam he's in. 3-0 pitch. Strike right there. No consideration from Simmelroth. Charlie, are you a believer in the kind of the unwritten rules, not swinging on a 3-0 pitch in a baseball game?
You know, yeah, I am. You know, I feel like it depends. With most pitchers, you'll see they won't give like a meatball, so to speak, to a lot of batters. Because even if they are looking to take, if you throw a fastball right down the heart of the plate, that's still a dangerous pitch. Or if you hang a curveball, for instance, you can still hit that.
Line into left field. Simmelroth got that hanger. Goforth will score. Schulte will score. Heading down. Simmelroth into second, and he's safe. 2 RBI double of Cam Simmelroth. And the Jacks lead 3-1.
Nice swing there. Simmelroth go down the left field line.
Turn it over. Horkham trying to keep things going. Big bottom of the second for the Jacks. We were kind of talking about, though, those unwritten rules and, you know, taking there. A lot of pitchers still going to fire something in the zone. That's what he did, but nice patience from Simmelroth. Got it to a full count and then got his pitch. It would look like a slider, some sort of off speed. It was just hanging up there in the zone and smacked it into left. Runner still in scoring position. Flied out of play.
Once again, with 2 outs. Even on a single, Simmelroth's going to look to score. Extend it to 4-1.
Horkham reached on a walk in his first at-bat last inning. Behind in the count 1-2. Caruso with a long look.
Wouldn't be surprised if calls time here.
Gonna stick with it. Caruso a long look in. Swing and a miss. Took him a minute, but Caruso fires in. Strikes out his man Ashton Horkham for the 3rd out of the inning. But the Jacks get 3. Some doubles, some singles, a lot of men coming to the plate for Poor Bros as they'll finish off the 2nd inning with a 3-1 lead. Let's get a quick word for our sponsors this season and for tonight's game, starting with Body Armor, official sports drink of the PSML. Plenty of options to choose from with Body Armor. I enjoy good Body Armor from time to time, so make sure you give it a try. Also by Kohl's Diamond Gallery, located in Galesburg, Illinois. They're the official sponsor of the Kohl's Diamond Gallery Royals. And the Poor Bros Tap Room, sponsor of the Jacks, located up in Peoria Heights. Thank you to all of our great establishments and many others for their support of the PSML, the oldest amateur baseball league in the United States. Lots of history, lots of great sponsors over the years. A lot of history behind the sponsors for a lot of these teams. Encourage you to check that out, read about it on their website. Right now, these two teams vying for a spot in the championship series located at Dozer Park. Not too far away, home of the Peoria Chiefs, minor league affiliate of the St. Louis Cardinals. Stepping in, it's going to be a pop-up. And quickly one away. Didn't even give me time to introduce the man for the Royals. But Day making quick work. Dune pops out to start off. Top of the third as Josh Hyder digs in with one out.
Hyder struck out swinging his first at bat. Gonna look to put something in play now.
You'd think a nice double here, as left center has been a popular choice among batters tonight. Punching some out there. Hyder would probably like to send one to the warning track and pick up a two-bagger himself. Hits one deep, left field, way out of here. Josh Hyder smacks one into the woods. Long gone. Did a little more than a double, Charlie.
Just a bit, and you saw Hyder watch that one go right off the bat. He knew that one was way out. Saw him do that a couple times in his high school days. More than a couple, actually.
Keeping it going right there. Over at third base, coaching. For the time being, Logan Griggs just waved it goodbye. And Hyder mashes that one. Probably near the train tracks down there. We were talking about that on our last broadcast, how just down the ravine and bluff here, some train tracks that lie below the east side center. Wonder if it rolled all the way down there. Guess we'll never know.
Guess we'll never know.
Travis Lutz trying to repeat what Hyder just did, or if nothing else, get on base. And ball one there to Lutz. Kind of going back to that Hyder home run, though. Really just a controlled swing. Got a fastball and jumped all over it. That one probably, give or take, as Lutz rolls it. Day fields over to first. Couldn't get it. Lutz is going to go to second, and he'll be in there on the air from Day. Looked like a routine play. Might have just kind of slipped a little bit on the throw.
Well, Gavin, even in the professionals in the MLB, you see a lot of pitchers like that make errors in those situations. 'Cause one, they're either rushed. Two, they don't come off the mound properly. Or maybe even they can't execute the throw. And, it's nothing really to be ashamed of. Though it's kind of a punch to the gut, but even the professionals do it all the time.
Oh, yeah, you see all the players throughout the professionals that get a case of the yips throwing over to the bases. A lot of guys won't even make pickoff throws. So Welker steps in, lone RBI in the game, and he's got a man in scoring position trying to do it again. Swing and a miss right there behind 0-2, but think about famously John Lester, how he wouldn't throw over to first too much. Got over a little bit later in his career, but a number of players that have had similar struggles. Walker fouls it back.
Going back to that, Gavin, I remember watching a Pittsburgh Pirates game. I'm not a Pirates fan, but back when they weren't as good as they were now. But I remember a play where there was a Little League home run because the pitcher got an easy ground ball he thought would make the play on. He threw it over first.
Just Lutz steals second right there on the strikeout. We'll get back to your story in a second there, Charlie, but Lutz a strikeout and a steal. So Welker goes down, but moves up to 90 feet away. Kohl Rankin gonna try to drive him in. Tie this ball game with getting that runner across the home, but Charlie, you're saying about this Little League home run.
Well, yeah, his pitcher threw it clear, not over the backstop, but he threw it just over the first baseman's head where it was on the fence. People didn't call the ground rule double at all or put their hands up to indicate that you just get a base, and they couldn't find the ball. And then when they did find it, they threw it over second baseman's head again, and then they scored.
How about that?
I hate to say it, but that's kind of classic Pittsburgh Pirate behavior.
Boy, if any Pirates fans out there, tough words from Charlie Schermerhorn.
My team's not doing much better.
Although, I will say, is strike two right there. But talking about the Pirates, go back to that Javier Baez play. How he very easily could have been tagged out, but was able to make it all the way up to second base and score a run. If not familiar, go search that up. As a few years ago, Javier Baez made a pretty improbable play against the Pirates. Pirates have some good players coming up, though. They do have some exciting young talent.
They've stepped it up this year a lot. My team, the White Sox, aren't doing much better at all.
That's a tough team. Ripped into right field. Should be an easy play. Slams his bat down. Rankin not happy with that outcome, but the Royals strike back, and they get one on a Josh Hyder mash over the left field fence. 3-2 still to score, as the Jacks will be back up to bat here in the bottom of the third. Let's get a quick word for our sponsors for the PSML in tonight's broadcast, starting with Body Armor, the official sports drink of the SML all season long. Kohl's Diamond Gallery, located in Galesburg, Illinois. Thinking about maybe getting some jewelry, a wedding ring perhaps? Go check out Kohl's in Galesburg. And Poor Bros Tap Room, located up in the Heights. Poor Bros definitely one of the staples up of the Peoria Heights establishments, and serving up some nice things up there, so make sure to check out those establishments as well as many others. Do a great job supporting and keeping PSML thriving with over a century of action. Very historic league, and the sponsors make it all possible. Appreciate them. Back to work, bottom of the third, and Caruso had a rough inning last time out for the Royals. Gave up 3 runs, kind of a hit parade for Poor Bros. Number of guys getting in on the action. Goforth, Schulte, you name it. What do you do if you're Caruso? Kind of coming in this inning, trying to reset, keep it right where it's at.
Yeah, I know. If you're the veteran pitcher, Caruso, you're gonna look to do what you've done the whole season. You know, he works a 1-2 combo with a fastball, curveball, even a changeup perhaps. The mix, he's gonna stick to his stuff. We've seen that it's good, that it works. No need to get in lack of confidence right now. He's gonna look to go do his thing out there.
He indeed will try to do so and try to put the last inning behind him. Stepping up for him to start things out is Brady Brecklin, who's made some nice plays on defense early in this contest. Trying to get some things started with the bat. Brecklin will lead off. So the Jacks hold a 1-run lead. Thanks for joining us. Charlie Schermerhorn, I'm Gavin Russell on the broadcast tonight. Brecklin fouls it off on the first pitch. Charlie, I know you've played baseball in the past. Maybe not actively playing baseball, but you know, you strike me as a guy that would be hitting near the top of the order. No?
Pitching.
Pitching,
I
okay.
was more of a PO.
Gotcha. So
every once in a while I would get a hit, but it's more of a PO.
That's good to know. The more you know about your broadcast partner, the better it is. Brecklin fires this one right field, kind of deep, making the play out there with no trouble. Looked like it might have a little carry on it, but to to no avail. As Welker pulls it in for the first out of the inning, but more of a PO, Charlie. Okay, so,
Yeah.
from Caruso's perspective, getting to the middle stages of the game, what's something you focus on to make sure hitters don't start timing you up? What's something you do to make sure you keep guys guessing?
Yeah, I think that you come at hitters with a variety of pitches, as we talked about Caruso's locker of pitches. He's going to look to offset hitters. See a curveball there.
And so, you
Keep them guessing.
You get to a stage in this game, and I asked this all out of truthfulness. I was not ever a pitcher, much of one. But Caruso, maybe starting to lose a little command on certain pitches. So he rips it into left field. Really nice hit right there from Pajoli. 1 on, 1 out, but you maybe start losing a little command with the curveball and things. Do you just try to move away from that a little more? Don't want to take a chance on missing a pitch?
You could do that. Me personally, I would keep on throwing it because that's one of his go-to pitches. Something that he's obviously crafted throughout the years in this league and throughout his other time playing baseball. So,
fastball right there, fouled back. Caleb Johnson.
You want to keep hitters guessing. You don't want to throw one pitch the whole time. So, I think if you're Caruso, you keep on throwing it.
Settling pretty well. Pajoli lined a solid single into left. Caruso still with much of an opportunity to get out of this. Just a one-run game. Again, his 4th meeting this season with Poor Bros. Scouting report probably is pretty deep for Caruso. Fly ball, shallow center field. Coming in, making a sliding catch right there. Mikey Dune sliding in for the second out. Good defense right there. Outfielders tracking the ball well. 2 away.
Even with the sun starting to set a little bit, it's still quite bright out here. The east side center.
Justin Jansen digging in from the left side, trying to make something of what was 1 out base runner, now 2 out base runner. Curveball misses inside. Sun is starting to set. Not really the shadows having much of an effect yet, though. I'm still donning the sunglasses. As we're just out here behind the backstop. 1-0. Strike. High outside edge. Jansen shaking his head a little bit.
Ball had some two-seam break on it once again.
Probably why it confused them a little bit. Kind of was coming in straight and just tailed off at the end. 1-1 from Caruso. Drops it in, a curveball, and fouls it away. I think Jansen's eyes lit up with that one.
Caruso got pretty lucky on that, as that was a hanger up in the zone. You mentioned earlier starting to lose some command on the curveball. I think that definitely could be coming into effect, but as I said earlier, he's still going to throw it. So it's one of his go-to pitches.
1-2, Caruso looks at Jansen, fires outside. Didn't like that pitch right there. Looks like he missed his spot.
We saw him falling off the mound, too.
Jansen just trying to keep the line moving, something they did last inning with 2 outs. Able to pick up all those runs. 2-2. Outside again. Just kind of shrugs off his shoulder. Caruso missing on that outside. Big pitch here, Charlie. 3-2. What do you go with?
I think you're going to go fastball. Something on the inside part of the plate. However, he did just throw a few fastballs in a row, so I would not be surprised if you see a curveball down in the zone. But I'm going fastball in.
Deep breath. We'll see what he goes with. 3-2 payoff pitch. Low. And outside, Caruso not happy with the effort there. Now he's got to deal with Schulte with 2 away and a runner in scoring position. 2 on, 2 out in the third.
Schulte singled in his first at bat and came around to score. On the Cam Semmelroth double.
Hyder goes out to talk with Caruso.
Gavin, their backs are turned to us, but if I'm Josh Hyder, I think what I'm saying right now is just calm down, be you. You know that obviously you're a veteran pitcher. You got good stuff working for you. I think maybe not the heat of the moment or like this game. It means a lot. There's a lot riding on this game for the Royals here. I don't think that's getting to him. I think maybe he's just in a bit of a bad slump right now, but he'll get out of it.
Caruso trying to find his pitches. Schulte skies it. And it'll be the second baseman making a catch for the Royals. That indeed is Griggs, and that'll end the third frame as Caruso tiptoes out of danger. 2 on, 2 out, and Schulte pops out. So we will go to the fourth inning. 3-2 our score. Might hear in the background some of the sounds of Eastside Center. A pretty busy place this time of year. Not just home to SML, home to a number of different teams and organizations. It's the band practicing over at Corwin Klatt Field. Heard them earlier this week as they get ramped up for football season. Playing here on Friday nights for the Raiders of East Peoria. But we've got baseball action in front of us. Get a quick word before the top of the fourth inning for our great sponsors, starting with Body Armor. Body Armor is the official sports drink of the Peoria Sunday Morning League and Clutch Sports Media's broadcasts throughout this season. We appreciate their support of the SML. Also, Kohl's Diamond Gallery and Porbro's Tap Room. Great sponsors here, supporting both of these teams, the Royals and the Jacks. And first pitch there from Day as we start the top of the fourth. It's a swinging strike. Turnquist is the batter. Skies it into center field. Doesn't have to move too much for the first out. As Trevor Goforth puts the leather on it and 1 away. As Griggs steps in. Griggs made the last out of the inning. Last inning, rather, for the Royals. Pop out. They'll try to get something going here. Griggs grounded out his first time. It was nearly part of a double play. Bear with us. Fixing our camera a little bit. The lighting and whatnot, we'll keep you posted here. 2 balls, no strikes. Day to Griggs. Day lines up for the 2-0. Fires into Griggs. High and upstairs for a third ball. There we go. Should be back better now. Day gets set for the 3-0, and it's outside a 4-pitch walk for Griggs, so Kohl's back in business. Broker Bailey, the left fielder.
Bailey walked his first at-bat. Remember, he had a great at-bat as he was down on the count 1-2, and he fouled a few pitches off and Actually ended up walking.
Trying to repeat his effort getting on base. Day missing inside and a little high. Speedy left fielder. Begs the question again, maybe Griggs on the move. Fouled away from Broker Bailey. It's worked a couple times, a couple steals already in this game for Kohls. You know, got to time your pitch as well, obviously, and when you want to run, but I would probably say keeps trying to swipe bags.
Yeah, I would say with a 1-1 count, maybe a 1-2 count, even a 2-2 count, looking to run.
Fires over, loses it.
Day's thinking the same thing as us two in the booth. Maybe he's going to take off and possibly try to swipe a bag.
He's back in quickly. Pajoli nearly lost it over at first. Time is called by Bailey. I'm far too slow to have ever been much of a base stealer.
Me either.
But base stealing is truly an underrated facet in the game.
Oh, Gavin, I didn't get on base enough to steal.
You know, that's a good point, too. You know, there's some guys like that they'll maybe just then be pinch runners primarily, or they're good fielders. Especially if, you know, you play in a league that utilizes a DH, you could just end up being a designated fielder of sorts. Bailey fouls it off. Instead of a DH, you're DF, designated fielder, and perhaps a pinch runner.
Gavin, I would not be surprised in a 1-2 count if Griggs decides to take off. Let's watch his lead.
Starting to dance around a little more over at first. Nope. He will not take off. Bailey strikes out swinging. A nice fastball from Day, and now 2 are down. Head back to the top of the order. Tanner digging in again. Tanner came around to score in his first AB off a single. 6-3 ground out last time. Takes a ball downstairs to get things started in this at bat. And even with 2 outs, I wouldn't put it past Griggs to maybe be on the move. Not on the move. Swing and a miss. Smack the glove.
I think Day's starting to kind of get in a rhythm now.
Trying to make something out with 2 outs outside. 2-1, and so Poor Bros Tap Room, located up in the Heights. Nice establishment up there. Lots to choose from up in the Heights, but Poor Bros probably got to be at the top of your list. Check out craft beer, food, drink, and a good time. But Poor Bros, thanks to all of our other great sponsors. Brienzo's, Firehouse Pizza, Move Smart, Miller Lite. Feel like I'm forgetting a few. Cruisins. Cruisins and Miller Lite will be in the next game. Haven't really even touched on where we stand with the playoffs yet and who's left around, who's still yet to play. Miller Lite and Cruisins play the 8 p.m. game. We will not have that broadcast, but not too late to come out to Eastside Center, Diamond 10, Dave Rogers Field to check out that one. Similar situation for that one. And that game is this game. Miller Lite secures a chance for the four-peat Dozer Park in the championship series with a win tonight. Cruisins lives the fight another day and another chance tomorrow if they can pull out a W. Again, a lot riding for the remaining 4 teams.
Definitely if you can. Cruisins and Miller Lite.
This one's hit out the left. Deep. Makes the catch as Bailey. Looked like it had some good juice off the bat from Noah Chase. Didn't even give him a proper introduction. As there's only a pitch or 2 in. Sent that one deep to left. Would have been the second homer of the game we've seen. Josh Hyder hit a towering blast. Maybe even over the scoreboard. Didn't even see it land as it head into the wooded area. Trevor Goforth steps in. Goforth Was able to pick up a single, come around and score eventually. Stole a base in the process. Outside, 1-1 on Goforth. The wind picking up a little bit now. Out to right, just ever so slightly though.
Probably won't be enough to do any damage on a ball.
2-1 now to Goforth. Caruso just trying to lock it in. He was able to tiptoe out of some trouble last inning. We'd probably like to have a clean inning here in the fourth. Down 3-1 though.
Caruso already got one out. Solid start for him.
Kind of unlike Day. When Day has struggled, he's walked some batters. Caruso's just, kind of giving up some hits, although he does walk Goforth right there. Hyder retrieves it, and it's Cam Simmelroth digs in. Simmelroth came up with a big hit last time.
2 RBI double, to be specific.
Right into that left center gap. Probably looking for a repeat. Not sure it'd be enough to score Goforth from first, although again we keep an eye. Will he run? Starting to get a bit of a lead. Keeps his hand in towards first. Caruso sets, fires, rips it out the left field, and it's going to be a single. Bailey has to play it on a hop. So Cam Simmelroth, half of the cycle, double and a single.
Sure. Gavin, the bottom of this lineup has been doing a lot of damage so far.
Bottom half of the order certainly getting over some of the early season struggles. Coming into the game on paper, you look at Goforth had a .210 batting average coming into the game. Cam Simmelroth, .263, pretty respectable, but maybe again not that they're top hitters for the Jacks. But regardless, a deep lineup can really do you wonders when you got 1 through 9 and able to hit the ball. Horkham trying to make something happen, add some insurance to this Jacks 1-run lead. Get them a spot in the championship series at Dozer Park.
Gavin, it looks like the corners are in, protecting a bunt.
Good call, Charlie.
If you can pop something up over the first baseman's head, that would be really ideal. Obviously, it's hard to pick and choose where you're going to hit the ball, but
better easier said than done, but he would like that outcome if he got it.
I could see that they scoot back a little bit.
Cool off a little. Still thinking he might try to lay one down. Caruso a long time here. Sets, fires, fouled away. Caruso, talk about the major leagues nowadays with the pitch clock and obviously pitchers having to work faster. None of that here at this level. Caruso maybe not mind games per se, but just using a competitive advantage, kind of timing up his pitches a little bit, Keep checking the runner at second.
Yeah, that's pretty important too, because when you take your time, a few pitchers in the MLB do this now. There's one Yankees pitcher who does it. I can't remember his name to save the life of me, but they rotate their timing to get hitters off balance and to get them guessing when they're going to throw it. Sometimes they'll take maybe like 5 or 6 seconds to deliver the ball. Sometimes they'll take maybe 1 second. I mean, really, it's strategy to get an advantage on your hitters, as you said earlier.
1-2. Another long look from Caruso. Sets, fires inside. That curveball still struggling as of recent. Now a 2-2 count to Horkham. And kind of, not inadvertently, but on the other side of things, some pitchers will pitch very quickly, especially with pitch clock and things coming into play. They're very used to just starting from the stretch, firing in fast, not letting hitters get dug in. But Caruso going with the long game.
For sure, you see that in a lot of relievers nowadays too, going from the stretch. In fact, I think all of them do. I can't think of one reliever off the top of my head that goes from the windup.
Windup maybe a little old school per se.
Look at Nolan Ryan, Tom Seaver. Big names like that.
High from Caruso and a big 3-2 now. Battling back. Charlie, what do you go with?
It's a good question. I think on a few full counts he's gone with a curveball, so I think that's going to be my guess. It's curveball low and away, or fastball up and in.
3-2, and it's way. I think he just missed his pitch. A little bit in disbelief. Just missed this spot, and the bases are juiced with just one away.
You know, Gavin, if you're Brady Brecklin, there's a few things that you're looking to do. As we can see here, the infield's starting to creep in for a possible force at home. You want to keep the ball off the ground, specifically, or maybe get it into a little bit of a gap between the infielders. Try and elevate something, that way you can limit the risk of a double play or a force out at home.
You got to think, though, with one out, still a double play opportunity. But the infield is in. Caruso hammers a strike in there. Brecklin so far, nothing to show for. Hit one straight to the shortstop last time for a double play in his first at-bat, and then flew out to right. Try to like to pick up his first knock of the game. 0-1. Grounded back up the middle. Diving. This is going to score 2. And coming home for the Jacks are 2 runs and gives them 5-2 lead. Brady Brecklin. 2 RBI single. Comes at a good time. 1 away still.
You know, Gavin, it looked like Brecklin on his way down to first. It appears he's okay now, but he kind of hobbled off the bag a little bit.
Got to keep an eye on that.
I think he's going to be fine, but certainly something to look after.
One away here, fresh off a 2 RBI single from Brecklin. Caruso fires. Pajoli drives one, left center field. This one's got a chance. Off the wall. Misplayed there in left center. And one will score. Brecklin still hobbling a bit. Looked like he was grabbing his left leg. Pajoli just missing a big 3-run home run. But he got every last stitch of that baseball. Six to 2.
What a momentum breaker there by Evan Pagoli.
Infield still playing in-ish with 1 away still. And Johnson pops it up.
He's going to score.
Trying to find it. Got it. And an infield pop-up. Good recovery from Tanner to field that pop-up 2 away.
Nice catch there by shortstop Tanner. So on the run. Switching directions multiple times. Certainly a difficult catch. Probably neither me or you could execute. Just guessing.
I would venture to agree. That's why I'm broadcasting. First pitch, a strike from Caruso. Justin Jansen walked in his last at-bat. He's got 2 on, 2 away. Already 3 across in the inning for the Jacks. Second 3 spot of the game. Grounds this one. Griggs eats it up. And it's going to be an E4. Bring another one across as Brecklin comes around to score.
You know, Gavin, I was sort of wondering there. 2 outs certainly, maybe not do this, but possibility of an intentional walk. And then I saw that Zach Schulte was on deck. Thought certainly that would not be the best idea.
Now Schulte gets a chance regardless. Still 2 outs. Now a 4 spot. 7-2 Jacks as they're starting to run away with it. On the move. Jansen will not even have a contested throw.
Gavin, it looked like that was a hit and run opportunity there. Schulte usually has a pretty good eye.
The Jacks just on a roll right now. Halfway through this ball game, starting to smell victory. Caruso winds up and deals. Bounces away from Hyder. Schulte looks at a ball. Schulte with a knock and a pop out in this one. One outside. To me, Charlie, it looks like Caruso at this point is just overthrowing a little bit. Just trying to put a little too much gas on the pitches instead of worrying about location. Trying to lock it in, 2-1. Grounded.
Come on, keep going.
Long throw to first. Safe over at first base. Close play right there.
Or that is an infield single.
And
Great hustle by Zach Schulte. Sorry to interrupt you, Gavin.
No, of course the throw did pull the man off the base. Tanner made a nice play, but again, it did look a little bit behind, so Schulte in there and pushes yet another run across, 8-2. Kohls does have a man in the bullpen. Caruso will try to escape with as little damage as possible, try to hold it where it's at. Into left field, Bailey tracking, it's down for a hit, another one will score. Woo! 9-2, Noah Chase. Just a little blooper into left and enough to push the lead to 7.
That hit by Noah Chase, the Jacks have now batted around. And I believe, Gavin, they might make a call to the pen as that was manager. I believe.
Caruso's day is over.
That was manager Clayton Welker coming in from right field to make the call to the pen.
So we'll get our first pitching change of the game. As soon as we get our man out of the bullpen, we'll give you his information. But for now, Trevor Goforth is going to dig in and discusses with his teammates after he's already batted in this inning.
Looks like that's number 20, Gavin Thompson. Thompson comes into today's game with a 5.83 ERA, 2-1 record, 26 strikeouts.
Thompson has started a couple games for the Royals this season. Went 5 2/3 and 6 respectively against Miller Lite. Both of his starts, but in relief efforts against Move Smart and Brienzo's, pitched 3 innings in each of those contests. Outside of a rough first go, where he gave up 13 earned runs to Miller Lite back on July 10th. He's been pretty good in his last 3 outings. 12 1/3 innings pitched and just 2 earned runs to go with 20 strikeouts over his last 3 efforts. So we'll see if Gavin Thompson can come in and stop the bleeding a little bit for the Royals.
Thompson, the native of Pekin High School,
get a quick word for our sponsors in this evening's contest and all season long, starting with Body Armor, official sports drink of the PSML. And the Clutch Sports Media Sunday Morning League Game of the Week, Kohl's Diamond Gallery, and Poor Bros Tap Room. Thanks to all of our great sponsors. Thompson's first assignment will be Trevor Goforth, center fielder. Goforth's found himself on base in both of his at-bats. And a chance to keep things moving. Schulte at second. Chase over at first. Pops this one up. It's going to get out. Some fans and players starting to arrive for the second game. See some Miller Lite blue and yellow starting to stand behind that third base dugout. Some Cruisin's red behind the first base dugout.
It's going to be a very interesting game. Two superstar teams face off right after this. Recommend, if you can, if you're not doing anything, to stop by and watch the game. Should be an exciting one.
Indeed. See if Royals can stop the bleeding and make this one an exciting one of their own. Need a win tonight to stay alive, otherwise Poor Bros in the championship series. Thompson, 1-1 is inside. Big hurler. Taking over for veteran Caruso.
Gavin, rather than having a variety of pitches, it looks like Thompson relies on a heavy and hard fastball, as most relievers do. There's a curveball, though.
Missed on that first one. Really patient at bats is probably the thing that's set apart tonight for Poor Bros. You know, putting a lot of hits together, but you don't just get hits by just swinging the bat. You got to wait for your pitch.
Yeah, Poor Bros, is usually a power team known for their doubles and home runs and an occasional triple. But today we've seen a mix of small ball, power hitting, and all the above.
And you got to think Charlie, as small of a sample size as the regular season is Thompson gets set for 3-2. Runners on the move, strikes him out. Goforth doesn't like the call per se, catches the outside edge. Thompson does the job. And we'll head to the top of the fifth, but getting back to it, Charlie, you know, small of a sample size is 20-ish games for the regular season here in the SML. Of course, a lot of these guys come off their respective college and high school seasons for many of them. Some also play in a number of other collegiate leagues and organizations. But it's obviously something that you're probably not playing your best baseball in this league until about this time. You know, you got to get guys X amount of appearances, X amount of at-bats before they really start playing their best ball. And a game tonight, if you're a Poor Bros fan, you got to be looking at this thinking we're playing our best baseball.
Yeah, certainly a run in the playoffs is what you want. The preseason, the regular season spark at the end of the year, especially for Kohls, as we saw them pick it up towards the start of the postseason. Gavin, pardon me.
They'll have a new assignment. Kohls will no longer be seeing pitcher John Day, who pitched a really nice 4 innings of action for the Poor Bros Jacks. Pitched 4, giving up 2 earned runs across that time. Got out of a couple of jams, but overall solid day for John Day. New assignment, it'll be Turner Mann, sidewinder, number 0 for the Jacks. Mann has made a number of appearances this season. For Poor Bros. Little effort to get his stats here shortly, but mainly in relief for Turner. Turner comes in with a 2.07 ERA. He's done a nice work against a number of teams. Again, come in relief. He's appeared against just about every team in the league. fire in strike, 1-1 now. To the leadoff man, Mikey Dune for the Royals. Man winds. Dune hits this one deep to right field. Going back to the fence. It's off the wall. Dune motoring into second. And again, just another near missed home run. We've seen a few of those tonight. But up comes the man who got a home run, Josh Hyder.
Gavin, if I'm not mistaken, Mike Dune's father, Mike Dune, professional MLB baseball player, big power hitting slugger, left-handed as well. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they both went to Limestone High School.
Indeed. Hyder fouls it off on the first pitch. Runs in the blood a little bit. Going back to the new man on the mound. It's Turner Mann. Mann's efforts have been limited to just about an inning or two per appearance. Last time out against the Expos, 2 innings of work, no hits, walked 1 and struck out 5. He's coming off a dominant appearance 2 days ago, hits Hyder. Now the Royals starting to get in business here in the top of the 5th inning.
Looks like they're going to have a courtesy runner. That's number 2, Trey Westerdahl. Courtesy running for Josh Hyder.
So Hyder gets on base via the hit by pitch. Dune off the double, 2-on, no outs. Travis Lutz, Limestone guy, in, and he takes a strike on the first pitch from Mann.
If you're Lutz, you're looking to elevate something in a gap. Obviously, you can't control where you're going to hit it.
Just like to keep the line moving at this point. Rome wasn't built in a day. No strike called, very similar pitch. Lutz just trying to keep things going and get the Royals cutting into this 7-run deficit. High from Mann there, and it's going to be 2-1 now. Strike there. 2-2 count.
Lutz maybe wanted that pitch back because that was right down the heart of the plate. Though it's difficult tracking the ball from a sidewinder like Mann.
Swing and a miss. Couldn't track that one down, and it's a strikeout for Mann. Gets back after letting the first couple base runners on. And Welker steps in, one of the 2 RBIs in this game. Had it back in the first inning. Swing and a miss. Mann has evidently appeared to struggle a little more with the hard stuff among these first few batters, but boy, the slider and the off-speed stuff has been on point. Drops it in there for a strike. 0-2 count.
Gavin, one thing you see with a lot of sidewinders or submarine pitchers is a lot of movement. You saw those last couple pitches were just absolutely filth, as baseball fans would call it.
Welker, other way. Goes for the first. Nice play. Pajoli reaches out and gets it. Runners advance, but a productive out there for Turner Mann. And 2 away. Kohl's needing to push something across. Rankin steps in, trying to do just that.
Rankin flied out to right field his last at bat.
Takes on the outside. Two on, second and third. Dune double and a Hyder hit by pitch. Give us the base runner. Strike right there.
Gavin, if you just saw that pitch, you'd see the movement on that 2-seam fastball just trailing away The left-handed batter.
Deep foul ball out of the field of play, but well foul onto the concourse. One-two, man in a favorable count. It's battled back after 2 leadoff base runners. Man working, pitch outside.
Good discipline at the plate by Rankin. He's proved to have a pretty good eye.
Rankin loads up and fouls this one off. Off to the right again. Really trying to just pull that ball. I think he would certainly be all right with a big fly right about now. Cut the deficit in half. Nearly in half. Man back with the 2-2. Outside again. A little frustrated on that 2-2 pitch.
Gavin, looks like there's some activity in the Poor Bros Jacks bullpen.
Man trying to finish it out. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Man hits the outside edge and down goes Rankin. No runs come across the score for Kohls. And we keep it a 9-2 ball game. Top of the 5th rather, is over with. And Thompson back out for the Royals. Let's get a quick word for our sponsors. This evening's matchup and all season long here in the SML, starting with Body Armor. Body Armor is the official sports drink. Wide variety of them to choose from. They are the official sports drink sponsor of the SML and Clutch Sports Media's Game of the Week here on YouTube. Also by Kohl's Diamond Gallery, located in Galesburg, Illinois, for all your fine jewelry needs. And Poor Bros Tap Room, located in Peoria Heights. Poor Bros, one of a number of establishments. Another great SML sponsors, Brienzo's, up there by Poor Bros. So check out all of our fine establishments supporting the SML next time you get a chance. Thompson out, bottom of the 5th, and again, Jacks don't need to bat 3 more times if they don't have to. Certainly would probably like to get out of this one as quickly as possible. But Thompson will try to keep it where it's at and give his team a chance. Jacks will come up to bat. Kohls down to their last 6 outs of the season. Lose and you go home. Poor Bros move on to the championship series with a win. Kohls wants to be able to play tomorrow if they get a chance. Bottom of the 5th inning. Thanks for joining us on Clutch Sports Media. Charlie Schermerhorn and Gavin Russell, and with you, Josh Messenger and Patrick Huber, rounding things out. Josh on the sticks, Patrick on the camera. Thompson winds up, and it's a smack into left field. Getting things started quickly is Cam Simmelroth. Simmelroth's been great out of the 9-hole tonight. He'll pick up a single and turn things back over. Ashton Horkham will try to keep things moving.
You know, Gavin, even though Cam Simmelroth is batting in the 9 spot, some people refer to that as the second leadoff. People who make a lot of contact and get on base a lot. He's proven to do just that.
Very common, you know, you see that especially in today's game. Maybe to a more casual baseball fan, say, oh, the 9th hitter in the lineup, you're the worst hitter in the lineup, out of 9. That's not true at all. Of course, putting together a good lineup is about where a guy's going to fit in best. You know, again, you want to keep more of your main hitters to the top part of the lineup, but you sneak a guy as a pickoff move safe over at first. But you keep a guy sneaky like that, like Simmelroth in the 9-hole. you really set your top half of the order up well. Thompson's 0-1, strike 2. Thompson came in and got the only batter he faced out in the last inning. He's given up a leadoff single to Simmelroth. Horkham trying to come out of an 0-2 hole. Outside edge for a ball.
Looking to keep the ball off the ground here and avoid a double play, even though he has lots of speed.
Lines one in. Bailey tracking in left field. It'll be a catch. Slaps the leather on it, and there's one away. Thompson been pretty efficient so far in his first 3 batters. Still one on, though. Digging back in is Brady Brecklin. Brecklin, after flying into a double play and flying out in his first 2 at-bats, able to come up with a big hit last time. 4th at-bat, Brecklin flies it into right. And making the catch, they're going to be able to double up. It looks like comes off the bag. Safe. Could have been a double up there. But the throw from Welker and Wright was a little bit offline. Off the bat, to me, it looked like a pretty routine fly out.
Maybe Simmelroth thought it was getting down, or maybe he thought there was 2 outs.
And I suppose with late in the game, you're up 7 runs, you can afford to take some chances, I suppose.
Yeah, for sure.
Simmelroth lucky, though, to keep the inning going. Thompson works to Pajoli.
Two RBI double last at bat. Looking to do that again.
He's got some serious power in the 3-hole. Fires over to first, safe. Just by an eyelash.
Gavin, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a stolen base here, especially with the 7-run lead.
Thompson fires hard. Shortstop makes the catch. Nice jumping play right there from Kohl Tanner. And escapes it right there. Thompson efficient for the Royals and keeps it right where it's at. 9-2. Heading in to the top of the 6th inning. Kohl's trying to make something happen as time is starting to run out on their season. Want to make something happen before it's too late. Let's get a quick word for our sponsors before this top of the 6th inning. First from Body Armor, the official sponsor and sports drink of the PSML and Clutch Sports Media's Game of the Week for the Sunday Morning League. Variety of flavors and drinks to choose from, so choose Body Armor. Kohl's Diamond Gallery, located up in Galesburg, Illinois, a longtime sponsor here in the SML. Make sure to check them out. And Poor Bros Tap Room, Peoria Heights. Yet another one of the great establishments. Drinks, craft beer, and food. Make sure to check out Poor Bros, Kohl's, and Trouse and Body Armor next time you get a chance. And any of our other great sponsors here in the SML. Been a great season since back in late May up to early August. Hard to believe it's gone by this fast. Yet another successful season. Tonight a beautiful night here at Eastside Center. Certainly cooled off with the sun going down, but probably topping the crowd we saw on Tuesday. Me and Jonathan Michael agreed probably the biggest crowd we'd seen out all season. Tonight looking like it's topping it. A nice group that's come out. I even see maybe a couple of SML players from other teams. Maybe eliminated, but coming to support their league mates. I believe I see Drew Tucker over there, Tin Lizard member, Metamore Redbird. Mann will step back in on the mound, and he'll fire in a strike as we get the top of the 6th started. And starting things off is Turnquist for the Royals. Strike 2, back to the same spot. Really hard to read out of the hand of Turner man.
Legendary signed winders include Dan Quisenberry, Hall of Fame.
You just don't see the sidewinders too much anymore.
Not really.
Really in a day and age where you get a lot of velocity, guys are just trying to focus on throwing as hard as they can.
Speaking of that, I think Chris Sale is kind of an exception.
That's true.
He hasn't played in a while, I don't think, at least, but
Too many injuries for Chris Sale.
maybe that's part of the deal with the sidearm angle. Tommy John, I think he's had it 2 or 3 times. Quite unfortunate.
Battling here, Turnquist. Hasn't reached base tonight, struck out once. Man up for the 1-2, now it's a 2-2 count. Speaking of strikeouts, we haven't seen too many of those this evening. There's been a few games we've seen dozen-plus strikeouts from some teams, but tonight, both teams are putting it in play. Turnquist pops it up. Jansen makes the play behind the dish. And 1 away. 5 outs left on Kohl's season. Got to make something happen now, or maybe too late. As Logan Griggs will try to make something happen. He reached base on a walk his last time up. Kohls will finish out this bottom part of the order, Griggs and Bailey. So guaranteed to get the top part of the order. At least 1, 2, and 3 next inning. Now they can get some other guys on, get into the heart of the order. Nearly hits them on the 0-1.
Tanner kind of smiled about that at the end.
Probably just slipping out of Mann's hand a little bit there.
Pardon me, man.
Swing and a miss. Mann is rolling right now. Would have never known he had a bit of a shaky start his first 2 batters. 1-2 from Mann. High and upstairs. Nice take.
Changed up the angle there a little bit. Came over top. Definitely shocked me, let alone Logan Griggs.
Griggs fouls it away. Sitting right just behind the backstop here. Charlie, are you one of those people that, you're sitting behind the backstop, the ball comes right back at you, even with the fence of the net? You one of those people that will flinch?
Every once in a while, yeah. Especially if it's like a line drive right back at you. If it's like it's a little bit slower, I tend to not move, but
I don't know if perhaps I just have a incredibly delayed reaction to things. It just doesn't bother me. I don't know.
Our cameraman, Patrick, definitely did not flinch. It's all back there.
Just one of those things, maybe depend on who you are. Back to Mann. Mann fields in the underhand toss to Pajoli. 2 down. As Bailey trying to find some 2-out magic for the Royals.
Gavin, I really like what Mann did there. Sort of run to first, limits the possibility of an error, as we saw earlier. It's a throw over the first baseman's head. You'll tend to see a lot of pitchers do that.
Even one time I think we talked about John Lester earlier. I believe it was John Lester who removed his entire glove at one point and just threw it to, I believe the first baseman was Anthony Rizzo. Didn't even want to make the throw, just tossed the glove.
I've seen that happen a few times.
Whatever works. Bailey, 1-1 now. That's why baseball is a very fun sport. It's really incredibly unpredictable what you're going to get inning by inning. No time limit, so you can make something happen. One at-bat to the next can change everything.
Certainly, there's lots of possibilities of what can happen.
High and upstairs, Bailey just kind of in take mode right here. Can't really afford to fall too much farther behind in this game, and if they can, would like to find some runs this inning.
If you're a man, you don't want to make a mistake pitch. Put something in the heart of the plate.
Run one right in there. Bailey kind of shakes his head and thought Yeah, that might have been the one.
That was it. Yeah, that was right in his wheelhouse.
Man, full count. Swing and a miss from Bailey. Turner man pitches a clean 1-2-3, top of the 6th. And 3 outs left on the season for Kohls. Otherwise, they will be eliminated. Poor Bros, not too far away from chance to go to the championship series, where they'll face either Miller Lite or Cruisins. Thompson will take the mound back for the bottom of the 6th inning. Poor Bros, 2 innings has been the difference. 4th inning put up a 6 spot, and in the 2nd inning put up a 3 spot. Other than that, it's been a pretty clean game for Royals pitchers. Let's get a quick shout out to our sponsors, starting with Body Armor, the official sponsor and sports drink of the Peoria Sunday Morning League. Make sure you try one of Body Armor's many flavors and varieties next time you get a chance. Kohl's Diamond Gallery, located in Galesburg, Illinois. Maybe you're thinking about the big day or need some fine jewelry for an upcoming event. Check out Kohl's. And Poor Bros Tap Room, located up in Peoria Heights. Great food and drink. I believe they have craft beer. Sounds like a good place to go if you're over in the Heights, or hey, if you're anywhere around here. Maybe a post-game meal for some of these players. One of the many great sponsors of the PSML. Make sure to check them out. Kind of looking at the scope of this game as we'll get the bottom of the 6th inning going here. Caleb Johnson will dig in to lead it off for the Jacks. But Charlie Miller Lite, of course, has been the dynasty in recent years of the Sunday Morning League. 3-peat, going for the 4-peat this year. So they've won the Tomey Trophy quite a few times. One of the longest running organizations here in the SML. Poor Bros, though, looking to say something about it. Of course, they've got to get there first. Cruisins is standing in Miller Lite's way. But pretty impressive. A 4-peat would be something else.
And if that game does happen, the Jacks versus the Falcons, that would be certainly interesting, as the Falcons have a great pitching staff. One of the league veterans and legends, Clay McConkey, face off against this amazing Poor Bros Jacks lineup.
Not to mention, we saw Camp Scott the other night pitch a gym for the Falcons. Definitely really deep arm barn, if you want to call it that, for Miller Lite. But again, Poor Bros starting to get hot at the right time for sure. Cruisins, again, still very much in the way of Miller Lite. They started out the season rather hot, cooled off a little bit, but they still have some definite players to watch. And I think any of these remaining 3 teams other than Miller Lite would like to see Miller Lite lose.
For sure, and we've talked about this before a little bit, but baseball is a game of runs and of small, minute details that can change the pace of a game no matter what.
Swing and a miss right there.
If you get hot at the right time, like this Jacks team, or even like this Royals team, you can find yourself in a very good situation moving forward in the postseason.
Indeed, and Johnson strikes out right there, bringing up Jansen, but just the little things, and even go back to that 4th inning where Poor Bros put up 6 runs. Strike one there from Thompson, but they scored a few runs, and then there was an error, a couple of miscues on defense that, had you made the play, perhaps you only give up 3 or 4. This becomes a much more manageable game for Kohls.
Yeah, and errors happen. Those things are going to happen in a lot of games, pretty much every game at least. There's an error. Haven't really seen a game without any errors or without any defensive lapses. But it's how you respond to those, and it's how you get over those little errors that set you back.
Indeed.
It's not the fall, it's the get up. It's my quote of the day.
Wise words from Charlie Schermerhorn, noted baseball expert and advice giver. Strike 3 call. Thompson drops in the curve. And 2 away, 2 strikeouts for Gavin Thompson, who, nothing else, has had an excellent day out of the pen. Zach Schulte will come up with 2 outs.
Schulte just looking to put the ball in play. Not go down on strikes.
Really, haven't seen too many strikeouts today, so 2 in this inning, pretty unusual for Thompson. Changing the pace a little bit. Ball 2. To Schulte, who again has been one of the best hitters in this league, without a question.
Schulte's got super fast hands.
Strike 1 right there. No batting gloves for Schulte, old school. No second ear flap. I mean, he just really intimidating hitter up there. Takes the ball, 3-1.
He's also showing great discipline at the plate.
Then again, Charlie, with all the accessories and things of the game today, how much of a difference do batting gloves really make? When you can hit the ball like Schulte, he's going to ground over to second. He'll ground out this time, but Schulte, fantastic season, and doesn't even take any batting gloves off. So win-win right there for him. 6 frames complete here at the East Side Center. And 3 outs left to go for Kohls. Their season hangs in the balance. We'll see who comes out to pitch this inning for Poor Bros. But just 3 outs to finish things off. Turner man will be out to try to finish it off. Man has pitched a really impressive 2 innings, Charlie. Dominant sidewinder, and again, looking kind of at his last appearance was 2 innings. He'll try to go for a 3rd inning.
Man's going to look to close the game. However, Gavin, this is not a save opportunity.
Although, Charlie, it is. He's pitched 3 innings. Therefore, he's faced enough batters to qualify for a save.
Huh. Forgot about that.
Baseball.
Huh.
The more you know.
More you know.
So, barring a major implosion and barring man finishing the game, he would be in line for said save, which would be his 2nd of the season, his 1st since June. And he throws in a strike right there to get things started in the top of the 7th inning. Kohl Tanner pops this one up, left center field, tracking, go for it, and he's got the 1st out. Poor Bros starting to smell it a little bit. Shot in the championship series. Just 2 outs away as Dune steps in. Turner fires in. Dune down the first base line. Fair ball. Pajoli's got to make a play, but he won't be able to. Man got stuck in the mud. Thought it was maybe foul. But Pajoli couldn't recover, and Dune will get on base. Infield single, bringing up Josh Hyder.
Great hustle there, I think. Safe to say that a lot of people, aside from Dunn and the umpire, thought that ball could have gone foul.
Look to just skip over the base. Hyder rips one over to 3rd. Over to 2nd for 1. Over to 1st. Double play! That's where we finished the ball game. 5, 4, 3. And the Jacks head to the championship series at Dozer Park. Final score 9-2 as the Jacks get the better of this meeting and get the better of both of their postseason meetings with Kohl's Diamond Gallery Royals. Customary handshake line, and that's where things will end this season for Kohl's. Nice season from them, made a run. Able to knock off the 1-seed Firehouse Pizza in the process, but ran into the wall of Poor Bros, and Poor Bros will now meet with either Miller Lite or Cruisins in the championship series. Charlie, a fantastic game. Got to pick a player of the game. Charlie, who would your vote be? A lot to choose from. A lot of guys that were able to get hits. There's also some nice pitching performances at the end of the day. So I'll give you a little time to review your stats. Who do you go with?
You know, Gavin, I'm going to go with the 9 batter, Cam Semmelroth. However, he was in the 9 spot. Last does not always mean least, as he was 3 for 3 on the day with a double and 2 singles. Also a run scored.
Indeed, Semmelroth with an excellent day, a lot of confidence heading into what hopes for the Jacks will result in a Tomey Trophy at the Dozer Park Championship Series. I'll very much agree with that, but I'll give an honorable mention to the 2 pitchers for the Jacks today, in Turner Mann and John Day, who combined for 7 innings of work, just 2 earned runs given up, both early in the game, and cruised to a victory here this evening. Final score again, 9-2. Poor Bros moving on. There's another game coming up here at Eastside Center, so you get a chance. Head on out to the ballpark here at Dave Rogers Field to see who Poor Bros may be facing in the championship series. Again, Miller Lite and Cruisins coming up probably around 8 o'clock. For the final time of this SML season here on Clutch Sports Media, for my broadcast partner Charlie Schumerhorn, camera operator Patrick Huber, and the man doing a nice job behind the controls, Josh Messenger. I'm Gavin Russell saying so long from East Peoria and Dave Rogers Field. Final score, Jacks beating the Royals 9-2. Thanks for joining us this evening. Have a good evening, everyone.